Coach Kelley, and head senior high and junior high girls basketball coach. Coach Kelley, we're almost halfway through the season. It's kind of hard to believe it's happened pretty fast, but we're almost halfway through the season. Talk a little bit about the first half of the season, kind of how it's gone, and what you have seen from your team so far.
Well, halfway, but probably the beginning of the season. We have a group of girls who, I mean, their work ethic is just outstanding. You couldn't ask for a better group of girls to come in and work for you. We've had some games that I feel like we should have won, and I feel like we see them again, we're going to.
Right.
It's been one of those things, though. It takes time to build, and we have a little bit of a younger team this year. They're young, so some of them are still just kind of getting their feet wet and getting out there and getting that senior high experience.
Right.
But it's been a tough first half of the season, but all I've seen from the girls is growth.
Yeah.
Though we have grown tremendously from where we started to where we are now, and I feel like going into the end of the season or to the latter half of the season, I feel like that's only going to make us better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have a little bit of the the harder stuff to make you better, and I feel like the girls really just come through that really well.
Yeah. I guess, we got the two conference teams. Really just one, and that's Dover. And, again, they're ranked number one in the state. It's going to be a tough task. But Mayflower, we haven't played in conference, but we have seen in the tournament, one of the tournaments we played in. So, we've seen just about everybody. Like I said, it's a tough conference.
It is. It's always known as one of the toughest conferences in 3A, which we had. Lamar did move out, but we've gained some competitors back in.
Right.
But it's always a tough conference. We play against girls who played basketball and play competitive basketball outside of school ball, and I mean that's our competition every year. So you've got to be ready for that, the mental and physical side of that. So
as it sits right now, Dover and I believe Baptist both undefeated. Then you have Perryville and Mayflower right now that bring kind of in the top half of the conference. And again, I think the Mayflower, it was Baptist and Dover was canceled due to the snow. So don't really know what's going to come of that one. But anyway, again, that top half of the conference, very tough.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like in that, the middle of the pack, it's kind of just a toss-up at this point. It could be anybody. We're going into the half the season where we're starting to play everybody twice now.
Right.
And so we've already seen each other play, stuff like that. And so, and the 3 through 6 spot, I feel like is just everybody's dead even.
Yeah. Right. There's a lot of parity between those teams. And you come out and have a bad night, you're going to get beat. You come out and have a good night, and you can beat just about anybody on one of those nights. So, I mean, that gives us hope coming into the second half of the season. You really want to finish in that top. How important is it to finish in that top 4 going into the district tournament?
It is extremely important. I try to express that to the girls all the time, that we want to finish in that at least top 4, if not 5, because seeding, it's all based on where you're at in conference. So if we don't seed well, we're playing out the gate. We're playing teams like, Dover and Baptist Prep and Perryville right out the gate in district. So we want a better seeding. So every game from here on out is it's even more important to get better seeding going into the district.
And this district tournament, I haven't seen how we have 9 teams in our district, which is a little unusual. With 8 teams, you kind of know how it goes. I'm assuming number 1 will get a bye, maybe number 2. But again, that'll be a little bit different. We'll see how the bracket plays out when we get there.
I would assume, it's going to be definitely different. There's going to be a few teams that'll get a bye that normally don't get a bye because there's 9 teams in there. So the play-in's going to be deeper. So you're going to have to play your play-in games. You may have to be a little bit deeper into the bracket. So.
Yeah, and I've seen them do the 8-9 play-in game before with a 9-team conference. And again, I don't know how we're doing it. I haven't seen that yet, but I guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Going into the second half of the season, what do we need to do to get into that top half of the conference standings?
We need to just keep our mental status good like it is. I feel like we've built confidence mentally. I feel like we've grown mentally, and just keep that work ethic going. Our defense here lately has just been, outstanding. We're known for having a tough defense. Teams come and they play us. They know what they're going up against. and just hitting those easy buckets.
Yeah,
Hitting those
yes.
easy buckets.
Yeah, that seems to be a little bit of our Achilles heel is just, defensively, we give great effort, and you see the effort every night, and it's on the offensive side too. But sometimes we just struggle scoring
Mhm.
points,
Yeah.
and we missed a lot of shots, missed a lot of easy shots around the basket. But again, some of that comes with youth and inexperience,
Mhm.
and then some of that comes with. Yeah, it's almost like we don't play with the same kind of confidence on offense as we do on defense.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, confidence is key. That's the
Hmm.
mental part of it. I always tell the girls, it's like everything you play in athletics is about 80% mental. So if you don't
Right.
think that you can make the shot, then, you know,
Yeah.
more than likely you're going to miss. So
That's
you've got to
exactly
go up
right.
and shoot and believe that you're going to make the shot.
Yeah. Coach, we got about a month left in the season. Again, we're gonna about to cycle through everybody else. Pretty much everybody we play from here on out is going to be a conference game.
Mhm.
So again, looking forward. We've seen a lot of those teams already. Um, you know, is there anybody on that schedule that you look at? And I mean, there were a couple of games that have been tight, and I know we can win any one of those. But is there anyone you kind of circle, say, boy, I want them, I want to play them again?
This Friday we got Glen Rose,
Uh-huh.
and that's one that I think the girls want to
Hmm.
rematch with.
Yeah.
Glen Rose, Harmony Grove,
Hmm.
Perryville.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, we had Perryville. We were
Yeah.
up by 14,
Uh-huh.
and it's just little things that mentally we can work through and make even better for the next time we see them. But Glen Rose this Friday, that's a big one coming up
Yeah.
for us because I feel like the girls really want another shot at them.
And that'd be a big step too. You talk about that confidence. You can beat them. You feel like, yes, we have improved. We've kind of gotten over that hump, because I think when that one came down to the wire the first time we played them at
Yeah.
home, and we just didn't really play that well. Again, struggled offensively. So yeah, that'd be a big one for our confidence moving
Yeah.
forward.
Definitely, that's one that's coming up, like I said, Friday, and so
Yeah.
that'll be a good one. I feel like the girls are more than capable of taking care
Oh
of
yeah.
business on that.
Absolutely. And how, boy, it just makes it tough when every night you've got to go out there and compete and you can never take a night off. That does a lot. I mean, that could sometimes be a little bit mentally draining. You know that we can't go out there and have a bad night because we do, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
So, how do you get your team, I guess, ready to play each and every night, knowing that, you can't afford to have a night off?
Just, I tell them all the time, success is only made through failure.
Hmm.
So, we've had a couple losses and we look at those and we're like, that's what we build on.
Hmm.
So we had to see what we did wrong to get better.
Right.
And we just keep building and building to keep progressing
Yeah.
to get to where we are to compete against these teams.
Mm.
And I feel like the girls do really well
Yeah.
coming in and working hard every day. They're putting in extra time outside of
Mhm.
the gym. They're coming in at practice ready to go. And I mean, I think our practices are 100 times harder than the games.
Yeah.
And I mean, as it should be, but
Right.
they just work so hard and they'll continue to work to
Yeah.
get ready to for this latter half of the season.
Well, they have been fun to watch, and again, you can see the effort out there. Even when we fall short, you can see it's never because of lack of effort. So, if you haven't been out to see our girls play, come on out. We got a home game Tuesday night, or tonight actually, probably after this airs. But and then we'll be on the road Friday night at Glen Rose.
Yep.
But Coach, thank you for taking the time to visit with me, and hopefully, good luck to you the rest of this half. The second half of the season will be a little better than the first.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do with Red Devil Productions. So
Thank you.
thank you.